This is not an in-depth review of any of these, but be sure and ask questions if you have any, because I wanted to go over my setup a little bit and tell you a little bit about what I use. My daily driver setup includes the following: the Corsair Void RGB, the Corsair Strafe RGB with Cherry MX Silents switches, Corsair Scimitar Pro, and the Corsair MM200 mouse mat. What can I say? I like cohesion. I mean, it's pretty much as simple as that. The Void RGB is my baseline for comparing gaming headsets. It's lightweight and comfortable. It's got the on-ear versus the bulky inline control. It's got the really comfortable pads on it. The volume rocker on the ear is nice. The ability to mute the mic is just really nice. The circle marl design that fits around the ear is great. It has swinging cups and software support via Q when Q works. A mic that is a little bit too long in some cases because I'll feel myself hitting it and messing with it. I can hear very easily, but very importantly also is that people can hear me when I'm talking, and that makes the Corsair Void RGB one of my favorite and all-time go-to headsets. So here I am now using the Corsair Void, as you can see. Does it sound pretty comparable? Do you pick up more or worse sound when you listen? What do you think you're going to get the best out of when it comes to a microphone attached to an expensive, more expensive gaming headset? The Strafe RGB Cherry MX Silents switches has an interesting, to me anyways, story, and I'll talk about that a little bit right now. Now, I got the Cherry MX Silents switches because I wanted to be able to try them and say, hey, I tried them. There's something I can compare to when it comes to comparing other things in the future. So it was a big deal to me to be able to have that to compare other switches I might try somewhere down the line. Cherry MX Silents are just, after all, another newer switch that I feel like people should know a little bit about. So that's exactly what I did, is I got it to try it, and I hated it at first. The first few days was miserable. I didn't like it. The actual goal was, I'm going to get it, I'm going to try it, just so I can say I did that. Maybe take a few looks at it, make some notes about it, and then return it and get my all-time favorite switches, which are Cherry MX Browns. The Cherry MX Browns are just my top-of-the-line favorite switch. I will love those switches till the day I die. They're my favorite mechanical keyboard. I like the thump style bump. Everybody likes different things. I love Cherry MX Brown switches. Anyways, it's kind of interesting because I got to realizing that, this keyboard kind of grew on me. Anyways, let's talk a little bit more about it. Again, we're not doing an in-depth review, but here's a little bit more about it if you're curious. It is a clip and lock wrist rest. Magnetic would have been a lot cooler, I think, but the ability to clip it in and lock it down was pretty cool. Cherry MX Silents are very similar to MX Reds to me. They have a low travel distance and minimal force to actuation. They're quiet, but not super silent like you might think. Here, take a listen real quick. A USB pass-through makes me a happy owner. I love USB pass-throughs, and I wish more companies would do this. It means a lot when a company puts that USB pass-through on. I love it. It comes with swappable textured keycaps and a keycap puller. It has bright surface-mounted LEDs that make for this beautiful, even lighting, but when it's not on or it's not in use, it's pretty ugly looking. Big white, creamy white background. The Scimitar Pro. This is an awesome mouse for precise and accurate control. It's great for gaming and for editing for me because I can map all my shortcut keys to the side of the mouse. The 3367 sensor offers a wide range of awesome in all things. I reviewed this mouse not too terribly long ago, but a pretty good ways back now. If you're interested in that, go check it out if you can deal with how fast I talk. I know I'm talking fast now. The MM200 falls somewhere between control and speed for me. I prefer it over the MM300, but it's still not really my favorite mouse mat. I just really like the cohesion, I like the design, I like the black, and it's between speed and control, but that's pretty much what you get. Anyways, guys, this is some of what I use as daily drivers. I make comparisons, and I use Corsair largely as my exceptional expectation control for other companies in which I might look at or review things from. So if you're ever wondering, what do I kind of compare to? I kind of compare to my favorite of the big three companies, and in my opinion there really are just three big companies. That's Razer, Corsair, and Logitech. And I like Logitech a lot. I like Razer products. I don't like the company so much. Sometimes their products are a little hit or miss. And I love Corsair. So that's typically what I compare to. I have a whole shelf of Corsair stuff right here, a lot of which you'll never see me review, but it's there. It's usually things I'll make comparisons with. Now I do review their stuff every once in a while, I get my hands on it, I'm like, oh, I want to say something about this, or I want to do something with this. But for the most part, they go into things like giveaways, or they go on the shelf to be used at a later date, or to go with other computers I might build on the side. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this was informative to a little bit about what I use, if it was something that you were ever interested interested in knowing anyways in the first place. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, be sure and post down below. I'll be sure and get back with you and try to answer any question you might have. If I can't, I'll find a way to answer it somehow. Who knows? Anyways, guys, have a great day, night, whatever it is. I'll see you in the next video that I do. Good night.